A lot of talking points, a lot of instance, but that's going to happen in football matches. You know, referees get things wrong, referees get things right. It's not really the concern. The fact is that I'm really disappointed and I'm embarrassed that we came away from what we were, and we didn't move the ball and we didn't pass the ball in our way, and we became a direct team. And hopefully people who are the ones on the sideline screaming for us to get it forward can recognise now that that doesn't suit us whatsoever. We're a passing team and we have to create opportunities and move the ball. Granted, when teams set up against us, we know that we've seen it 3 or 4 occasions this season when teams come up and they press against you and make it difficult for you to play out. Then obviously at times you might have to play beyond the press, but we need to do it with a little bit more intelligence and then establish a foothold in the game. But there's too many times we go in early in games 1-0 down, and it affects confidence. As you could see, it drained out of Declan today, who's normally our most confident player, and it affects belief, and that's the most important thing that we've got to learn from this. Is one, to stay in games early and earn the right to play. But then when we have earned the right to play, we've got to play. We've got to use the ball, and we've got to be able to make the opposition work and run and chase, which apart from 20 minutes in the first half we didn't really do. We played straight into their hands and actually give the ball a chance to go into the opposition's possession. That's not good football. We didn't combine well, we didn't get the ball moving, we didn't pull them apart. And there are a lot of great people that email me and say take notice of the knockers and all the rest of it, that you know, we love watching Kiddy play. They kind of love watching us play today. And you know, and I haven't loved watching it today. And I'm absolutely telling you now, absolutely categorically, we will not play that way again. I don't care what happens. It's not fair to the talent that we've got that we actually play that way. And that's the biggest disappointment. And I think, as I say, it's a watershed moment for everybody. When they talk about plan Bs and all the rest, it's nonsense. You've got to stick with what you do well. What you've got to do is plan A better. That's what you've got to do. And what we've got to work on is how do we maintain possession of the ball without giving teams an opportunity to hurt us. It hasn't happened against FC United, it hasn't happened against Southport, it hasn't happened today. It hasn't happened against Chorley. These are the areas where we've got to be better. We've got to be better to understand what the opposition are trying to do to us and how to play round it, through it, sometimes over it, but over it with quality. And that's the biggest disappointment for me, is that we've come away from what we believe in today because we wanted to please the fan base, to show effort and determination, and what we've shown them is a lack of quality and game understanding.
Talking points through the game, even though accepting that try, the game hinged on 2 decisions, a penalty awarded in the first half and not awarded at the end.
Listen, what can you say? I think the referees made a mistake, and I think that it's disappointing that he has done. The biggest, most alarming thing was the offside, which is right in front of you guys. He must have been 12 yards offside, and I thought, well, he must have thought Fraser got ahead on you, and he said to me, no, they were level. Well, in what skewish world does he live that was level? But fortunately the guys put it wide of the far post, because that would have been, you know, an absolute travesty. But that goes on in football. You just have to accept it, put your hand up, and when things are going for you, you get the breaks. And you know, you could argue that Vaughan got away with a beauty on Tuesday night, and so you get the breaks. There's no excuse in reacting the way that we did. It doesn't show anything to the fans or anybody else that you go and you're aggressive to people after things have happened. That doesn't help anybody. All it means now that we're without another player for 3 games, and you know, it doesn't. And I see it too often. I see it too often that players think that a kind of reaction like that, the fans will love them for it. Well, they love them when they're sat in the stands for 3 games and maybe not getting back in at all. So, you know, yeah, we've been on the wrong end of a couple of decisions today. That's football, and it happens when you lost confidence, when you're down on your luck. The only thing that's going to put it right is a lot of hard work, a lot of work on the training pitches, a lot of teaching these players what the game's about.